Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from Beast of My Name, and today I want to talk about with you Call of Dragons and the season end and what does that bring for your account, or what do you need to remember to do before the season ends, and yeah, how you can also improve your season performance to get more coins for the specific store, for the season store, and more after the intro. Alright guys, we are right now here in Call of Dragons. So I have just set an intro that the season ends soon, and for that we go to the Auguston and then we hop over to the season tab here and then season rewards. And then we see here season summary is at June 18 and new season begins at June 23. So what does that mean? From my understanding is that the current season is running until June 18. So that is from right now. We have June 11, so another week, right? And that means you have right now season 1 until June 18. However, we have here some specific rules. So we see here, you must wait for other servers to finish their fight before the season summary can begin, and you can move on to the next season together. At the start of the next season, rewards will be given to all lords who reach city level 16 this season, and to all lords who belongs to an alliance. In the next season, you will forge new alliances with lords from neighboring servers in order to stand against the challenges to come. So, what does this mean? So for the season rewards, you need to be in an alliance and you need to have level 16. I think at this point everyone should have level 16 City Hall, and interesting is that you're gonna face your neighboring servers. From the current system what we have is like 5. We just saw it from 22 to 27. And yeah, so that would be very interesting. However, you have also here this tab, and there you can see what type of stuff do you get in specific roles and for the alliances. So the Anointed is only for the alliance who have a Flame Dragon and minimum 1 Magma Demon. And there you get then access to the Anointed Crystal Store. That's the specific store what I have talked about at the beginning of the season. You have access to the Anointed Artifact Compendium, and you get 2,000 gems, and number of Magma Demon layers occupied counted as 2. So it could count that you get like 2,000 plus 2 times for every Magma Demon. So maybe that is like 4,000 for the leader here. Yeah, well, I guess it's like 2. So that you need 1 Flame Dragon and 1 Magma to get like the 2,000. And if you have 2, maybe you get then 4. We will see. The other alliances who have at least 1 or 2 Magma Demons gets then access to the Conqueror Crystal Store, getting access to Conqueror Artifact Compendium, and getting a bit less amount of gems. And everyone who have level 16 and have no Magma Demon, however, you still have access, which is in my opinion pretty awesome, to all the other players who have or was not able to be in a alliance which having a Magma Demon. And well, that is of course for the leaders. Let's switch over. Oh, sorry. Let's switch over to officers, where you see it's like the half, and for the member it's again like kind of a half. Yeah, so let's switch over to the store. So the specific store what we have here, you see there are some amazing rewards, and we see here there is a specific coin, and this specific coin is what I have talked about the season performance. So how do you can like improve your season performance? You click on the specific eye or the info button at the top right, and then you see there at the first point, your season performance is determined by your merits, number of dead units, number of Darklings, dark creatures defeated, and participating in building and removing Alliance buildings. The better your season performance is, the more Igwot crystals you receive. That is the specific coin what we saw. That is very important, because we saw only from the first store we saw there are some very good rewards. And also the common one have some very awesome stuff. The second point here is the crystal store stocks both limited and common items. Only one limited item can be purchased, while common items have no purchase limited. That's why I say to improve the season performance is very important. So if you have, we have now a couple of days left, from my understanding. So take now the time and improve your season performance to get, you know, more coins. The crystal store opens for 7 days at the beginning of the next season, not including season 1. Remember to make use of it before it closes. So if you jump back to the limited and common one here, we see there are some awesome stuff. So let's go to the limited here first. You see that at every class, let's call it class, you see is the same reward. And we see it's always the half of it, right? Or almost always the half of it. So what would I mention to get from this? I mean, whoever buys the keys from, no, that's like the worst what you can do here, to be fair. Because like you get actually kind of quick the keys together. You get from the dailies, from the you know, honor points, the daily keys, and from events you get key. So getting keys from the specific store where you have only one item at the end of the season and you get then the keys from? Nah, come on. Like, where's better stuff? Speed ups is good, but also not really needed. Since you have also, in the healing for the troops, you don't need the speed ups, right? Like in Rise of Kingdoms. So speed ups at this point is also not that interesting. VIP points would be something which I would say, yeah, could be interesting to go for. However, you kind of get quick the VIP points, and yeah, I don't know. Like if you're in a good spending alliance or in an active alliance, let's say it like this, where you have like every day like a couple of chests, where people buy, you know, like you get kind of quick the VIP points. So that is also not really needed. So the only thing what I would recommend to go for is the specific item for the rally drum and for the legendary hero tokens. However, the treaties, how is it called, you also can get like kinda fast. Not that fast, but if you do like the forts, you should get a good amount per day. And I mean, if you think about, like, you need 690 after you summon a legendary hero, you need 690 hero tokens for expertising or awaken this one, and that's a lot. If you compare that to the treaties, I think it's you know, like, both is hard to get for sure, but I think getting the heroes done over the rally drum is more important. And since if you have T4 and having then good amount of heroes, they are like kind of the same good as T5, to be fair. So to come to an end, I would always recommend to go for the legendary hero tokens. Doesn't matter if it's 2, 5, or 10, go for it. It's the best way you can get from this. And yeah, that's my personal opinion. You can have, of course, the other opinion. You may say, yeah, but I need the honor points. Then go for the honor points. You know, it's up to you. But I think the hero tokens are the best one. So let's go over to the comment. So what do we see here directly? We see here some awesome stuff. First of all, we see here a legendary ascension emblem, and that's very important to get. Like, that should be the first thing what you buy, not the mana, not the prestige, not the CP. The legendary ascension emblem should be the first thing where you click on and buy it, because in after season 1 you have increased stars, right? You have not 4 stars anymore, you have 5 and 6 stars. And for the later, you need legendary, for example, the, let's say, universal emblems, what you need to upgrade artifact, same as the epic ones. You know, if you remember, you need to, for the 4 stars, you need the epic ones. And for the higher ones, you need the legendary. And the legendary are very rare to get. So that should be the first thing what you buy. Then what would I mention? After that, it's kind of quick, hard to say. The prestige is not something that I would mention, to be fair. Since I can show you, if we go to the policy, for me, you see how much prestige I have. I have right now 13.7 million prestige. So I mean, for the begin, prestige might be pretty good to go for, you know. But to be fair, at this point of the game, where you have like heroes at a good amount of level, you know, like the skills, you have maybe Lilia Awaken, maybe Kindara's almost Awaken, like my one. You have maybe Horse Awaken, you have a bunch of Epic Awaken, so you have like heroes ready for the Season 1 Plus at Dragon Trail, where you get like per level the prestige, right? So you can like at the first day boost it completely up and get a good amount of hour production from the prestige. So I would really not mention to go for the prestige at this point. What I would mention to go for is actually probably the CP. Because you have there the event, right, where you get like chest, or in the TSL, where you need to kill the dark creatures or darklings, and to have in there more CP would be pretty awesome actually. I mean, the mana you can just farm, the CP you cannot easily farm like the mana. So where do you get the CP from? You get the CP from for example, buying in the shop, right, the monthly packs. So the CP is way harder to get. So that's why I would say after you have the legendary emblem, you go over to the CP. And if you have then still coins over, man, that's a very good season performance what you have in. Then look to get here as much mana as possible. So that's why I say, look that you upgrade your season performance. So you have more of these, how I would call it, Iqra crystals available. So you can get like a lot of good stuff there. Since mana, we all know, at the beginning of T4, it costs you very a lot of mana. And, yeah. So, that's the shop and all that stuff. Let's switch over to the season overview, because if you scroll down here, you see season resets. I think, at this point, you may have saw it multiple times now from other, YouTubers, but if you never saw that before, never heard about that before, then I want to give that quick an attention, because there's some stuff which is actually important to know about, which gonna reset at the end of the season. So the first thing what we see here, which gonna have a huge impact, are the CP items, which are gonna reset, right? Maybe you have save for whole season your CP items, and you have like, let's say, 10,000 of CP, or 20,000, 30,000, whatever the number is, in your items, and you never use the CP, then use them. Really, use them. Otherwise, it's gone, you know? All the stuff what you have bought, like with the mountain packs, you know, you have saved it up, it's gone then. So use your CP items, that's very important. We see here that the hero levels and the artifact levels, plus the XP books and the dust, the items for upgrading the hero and artifact levels, gonna reset too. I mean, that is not something big, to be fair. Policies, I don't care either, since you have a prestige, you know, so you see prestige also resetting. Since you have a prestige for free, I don't mind. So if they're resetting, you just can make it up again over time. Maybe there are gonna be some changes in the policies. We're gonna see. Merit's gonna reset, and the elixir, that is the specific item what you can get from the other Allianz from the merit shop that you have in your Allianz, right? And of course the Dragon Trail. So yeah, that is like mostly free-to-play stuff. What is resetting, or not free-to-play, but stuff what you can play for free to get it. Is like resetting. Only the CP items is something which you get when you buy it. So, you know, that would be that is like really. Tell everyone who don't know about that, tell it everyone to use the freaking CP items before the season reset, or you're gonna be like very mad about that if you see that they're gone. Other thing is that the seasons at the season reset, the Allianz is gonna disappear. May you like it, may you don't like it, your own opinion. Just saying that the Allianz names getting saved for the R5 for 7 days in the next season. So whoever is R5 at the beginning of the season, under his name or under his account, the Allianz name which you was the R5 in, getting saved. That is some important information for the season end, what you need to know about. Bump up your season performance, use the CP items, don't lose the value out of it, since the resources and the speed ups what you get from they're not getting resetted, or you want to use the CP on the fort, however, but just use them, you know, use them and don't lose the value out of it. If you go for my CP, you see I have there a bunch of CP here. That is, how much is it? It's like 1k, 10k, it's like 20k. This is like 20k. It looks like 20k. Yeah. So 20k plus. It would damage me. So I just wait now for the right event to push for. For example, if tomorrow reset gonna be that event coming up where you get like the box of blessings, I'm gonna use all my CP, getting the extra box, so I don't just randomly lose my CP and losing, for example, value out of an event, or the Ilyana event would be also pretty good for the mass item here. However, if you have an event up where you have like where you get extra stuff, let's say like this, then use the CP at the end of the season. So you have like a win-win situations. Alright guys, so that was a lot of talking right now. I hope that's gonna help you with having a better season end, that you get the most out of a season. Talk to your Allianz leaders, officers, to maybe make some 20 fights in your kingdom, so you can bump up the merits performance, or you can like pump up Allianz destroying stuff, because I think that kind of stuff is like what's gonna boost your season performance pretty good, compared like since you kill every day with Darklings. You know, okay, we could say every day you could also get the merits. But, however, it's harder for you to get merits than to kill Darkling Patrols, I think. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have enjoyed that video. Give me some feedback if you have something. I really appreciate any kind of feedback in the comments. Is it good or bad? I really would love your feedback if you have some. Otherwise, I wish you all a great reset of the season in Core of Dragons and a good start to the next season, and I hope you all have enjoyed season 1 until yet. However, there are gonna be some other content before the season end here in or from my account. I'm gonna make a account overview. You saw already some stuff what I have, and yeah, with that said, stay healthy guys, thanks for watching, and wish you a great rest of the day. See ya guys.